the central demand on the future of goods trading. Effective transportation systems and logistics concepts that meet the requirements of a constantly growing world population. Since 2007, and for the first time, more than half the world's 6.7 billion population lives in urban agglomerations. In the year 2030, there will be more than 8 billion people in the world, 85% of who will be living in the developing and threshold countries. The share of urban population will increase to over 60% by 2030. In Europe, the USA and China, mega regions with mega cities will have developed. This development will also take place in India, though significantly more slowly. The global tendency towards smaller households will also influence consumer behavior, as will the steady increase in purchasing power in China and India. The tree of knowledge in the logistics world of tomorrow. First, the goods are transported, compactly bundled over long distances, then distributed to the conurbations, and then delivered to their destination quickly and flexibly, including a pickup service. In 2030, export and import will determine global trading to a much greater degree than at present. 85% of the world's exports come from Europe and China. Europe will still be the export world champion, closely followed by China, which continues to boom and has increased its exports by a factor of 7. India follows a considerable way back, with exports increased by a factor of 8. Alongside the USA, Europe and China are also leading importers. A logistical challenge for import and export. Intermodal handling of global goods traffic. By 2030, the few ocean ports will have increasingly become bottlenecks. Rail transportation will have become more important for transport over land. By far, the most preferred method of transportation will still be the road, however. High investments by the developed countries meet the requirements for the transport infrastructure. Far less money will be spent on the infrastructure in India in future, which means no heavy trucks can be used on account of the poor state of the roads. In the near future, the price of crude oil will increase dramatically and will still be urgently needed. The fossil resource is becoming scarcer and scarcer, making it the #1 imported item. In China alone, the demand for crude oil will be 36 times higher than it is today. In a truck tank, fuel made from mineral oil is also in the lead, as a cost driver for commercial transportation. Another challenge: the emissions of CO2, nitrogen oxides, fine dust and noise related to fuel consumption. Thus, in future, the transportation industry will cause more than 1/3 of CO2 emissions worldwide, compared with 1/4 at the moment. Reducing consumption, a top priority in 2030 that will move enormous steps forward in road transport too. The energy savers in long-haul traffic, heavy trucks that are 25 meters long or more. With these gigaliners, more freight can be transported per liter than with today's heavy trucks. The load capacities match the freight development towards more volume at lower weight. Lighter design, greater drive efficiency, fuel on the basis of renewable energy sources and hybrid drives, as well as energy management, lead to lower pollutant emissions and reduce operating costs. Also more advanced, assistance systems for more driver and vehicle safety. As part of a mobile network, the titans of the highway are always online, as are the distributor vehicles on the roads of the megacities. Delivery and pickup on demand, always at the service of booming e-commerce business. Round the clock, 7 days a week. The versatile cityliners and their couriers are part of the pulsating business and private life that never sleeps. With hybrid and electric drives harmonizing with the high demands on the environment that will be our home in future.